back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast, where today we're covering part 2 of Starrcade 1989 from the Omni in Atlanta. Part 1 was a doozy. I don't want to let any spoilers out, but part 2 may be a doozy as well. I am sitting here with Doc and not Hardbody Harper. We're trying to figure out if Harper can join us tonight due to extenuating circumstances, but for now, Doc, I guess I'll ask, how are you doing?
Harper's on, dog.
No, he's not.
He texted us and said he's on.
Oh. Well, while I'm dialing him up, how you doing, Doc?
I'm doing great. I got to tell you, it's the hottest podcast in the land. We happen to be on it. And I got to tell you, I really do think that tonight may be this may go down in history as one of the best shows we've ever done. I'm calling it from here. I'm going to call the shot. I think we have some shenanigans in place. We certainly have Starrcade, and everything is feeling right for this being an all-time program. Harper, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, we're all right.
I'm ready to shock the future.
Wait, what?
I'm ready to shock the future.
I'm ready to shock the monkey.
Remember that song, Mike?
Shock the monkey.
I don't.
You don't remember Peter Gabriel Shock the Monkey?
No. Sorry, can't help you.
Song.
Yeah.
Harper.
You like that anorexic redhead in front of you there, Harper?
No. Who is it? I wonder who she is.
She was one of JR's
side pieces.
I mean, Corny said it last week. JR, he was teasing him.
El Raton.
And JR kept no selling it, so that tells you
that's an ugly broad too. She looks like a 17-year-old boy in the face.
That's nice.
If you shaved her bald.
You got issues, man.
Well, wait, let's see. I'm cutting her hair off with my fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see a guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like Carrot Top.
All right, so I'm gonna tee this up because we might as well just get into this shit.
Please, let's hear it. I know where we're going, and I think Harper does too.
I understand that we need to address some big doings in the BTT universe. Apparently, Darren, the D-Man Darren, has decided to strike out at the BTT crowd.
Yeah. Yes, come out of hiding.
Harper, do you want to talk about how this all happened this weekend?
I was just hanging out with him with him and Luke, and I was like, "Why don't you, And he's like, "Yeah, okay." He wants to talk about Mid-South.
Okay, so first off, what happened was Luke texts me with this random question. How many people listen to the podcast?
Yeah.
And I'm like, we got a lot of listeners. Luke. So I called Luke back, and then Luke's like, "Brian, I'm sitting here with I didn't know Harper was with Luke at the time. I'm sitting here with Darren." I was like, "Oh my God, that dude." And Luke's like, "He says y'all are nothing but marks for yourselves and nobody listens to y'all." I said, "Oh, really? Really? It's funny. Nobody listens to us, but we're in his mouth." Nobody was thinking about you. I mocked him for like a year on the show, and the only reason I did it was because people laughed at it. And they were like, "Oh, poor Darren." But no, this dude decides to show his face, and all of a sudden, we're going to make him a star again. We're going to make him a star, Harper.
Let's make him a star tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell, Harper? Every time I join the show, man, you're talking about banging some broads guts out. I mean, come on, man. Talk about wrestling. Talk about Bruno. Talk about Mid-South. Talk about UWF. I mean, what the hell, man? And Harper says I actually sound like the guy, and I've never talked to him. That's the funny part.
Yeah. The way you add accent, that we all have.
Yeah, I got you. But anyway, this guy, he says we don't have listeners. Doc, do you want to dispute this? Because I know, we got listeners.
We got Chris Zaucha.
We got listeners by the thousands across the world, every time zone, damn near every continent. If motherfucking penguins could tune in, we'd be on every continent.
That's the only continent that doesn't listen, because it's Antarctica, right. Man. Come on.
Right. So, What's this guy, Harper? What's this guy's problem? What's his problem?
He's a mark. And he's just mad because he's just sitting at the house watching wrestling, and then no one cares about him.
Well, here's the thing, guys. Harper sent us a picture of this asshole. And so let me tell you this. This motherfucker.
He's in the Facebook group now, so anybody can go. If you're on Facebook, you can find him.
He looks like one of them sons of bitches that would have been like, I would have been there with my fellow patriots storming the Capitol, but I lost my left foot to the sugars in 2015. If you're using the word patriot and it ain't about the founding fathers, you seditious pieces of shit, listen here, Darren. Motherfucker. He thinks he's some kind of industry insider because he's posting on a podcast Facebook, or he's spotting Luke at the gym. Bro, get the hell out of here.
I don't think Darren's seen the inside of a gym in 40 years, Doc.
He looks like one of those guys. He's probably got a Fastenal fucking bumper sticker on his damn shitty pickup truck.
Harper, has he seen a gym in 40 years?
No.
What does this guy do?
He's works for a merchandising company.
Fastenal, that's what I'm saying.
Oh boy. All I know is he told Harper and Luke, we're a bunch of marks. We're a bunch of marks for ourselves. Nobody listens to us. But he loves deep-throating Conrad and JR's cock. No salt that.
Oh, yeah. He listens
no shade.
To all of them.
No shade at Conrad. I got nothing against Conrad. Doc, that's a whole nother thing. I like Conrad.
Well,
I got nothing against him.
This guy probably couldn't pick out the Rock and Roll Express from the Young Bucks in a lineup.
No, he could. But the funny part is he's on Conrad's cock. He's on he's on a lot of big names cocks.
But we're the marks.
But Luke tells me, he goes, brah. You know how Luke talks, Harper. Brah, brah. He talks about us being marks, brah. He's the biggest mark of them all. So, Darren, welcome to the Facebook page. He's such a big mark
that we need to change the word mark to be Darren. Stop being a Darren for yourself.
You can tell he's a mark by his middle name on Facebook.
D-Man.
D-Man. Look out, bitches.
What the hell, Harper? I mean, I tune in every time I tune in. Like, a couple weeks ago, I tuned in, and y'all talking about Humperdink. He's making this funny-looking face, and that dumbass Doc over there, he's like, oh, is that the face he makes when he's shooting a load? I mean, what the hell? I tune in to listen to wrestling. Talk about Bruno. Talk about Bruno. Talk about Mid-South. Talk about Ted DiBiase. What are y'all, 12? What the hell, man? I give y'all a chance for a year straight, y'all still don't listen.
What's his major complaint with the show?
We're childish.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not wrong.
True. Yeah.
So, Conrad and Barbarian and Tommy Young jerking off on Shivani's show is highbrow humor.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can justify.
Can rationalize and gerrymander in your own brain so that you don't look like an idiot. And you still look like an idiot.
Yes. So, Darren, we love you. Thanks for contributing to the show.
No. We don't. I don't know you. And we're going to keep it that way.
That's nice.
We got listeners out there that love us. We got Docaholics. It doesn't mean I'm going to hang out with them. So if this guy's throwing shit at us, why would I ever get to know him?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you like I told y'all last week. if this shit's fucking you up, swipe left and go listen to Conrad.
I didn't realize how big he was. A song on that Confidential deal.
Conrad's like 500 pounds, dude.
Yeah, I didn't realize how fucking big he is.
I ain't trying to be a dick. He needs to lose some weight. That ain't healthy.
Come on.
There Doc goes fat shaming.
That's nice. You're going to body shame a big guy like Conrad. We're going to lose our sponsors now.
I need some breakfast cereal that tastes like breakfast cereal that doesn't have any sugar in it. No?
I'm not commenting on something that doesn't throw us a little money here and there.
Okay. Well, hey, we did get something from Brother Dave. I want to talk. I'm tired about talking about Darren. I want to talk about Brother Dave. You posted a thing on Twitter talking about our Oliver Humperdink shooting face, his big eyeballs out in the air, and Uncle Dave said, "You can't tell Sir Oliver isn't pimping the dude behind him. Whatever sick perversion you have, Sir Oliver will accommodate. You want to fuck a pig while an underage dwarf in a penguin costume rams his foot in your ass with cigarette lighter on your balls? Humperdink's your man."
That sounds rough.
That is tremendous.
You think a guy that has died once would show a little bit more respect for life, but I don't think he's going to.
Brother Dave in Australia is filthy, and he loves the shenanigans.
Well, Australians are nothing but English prisoners, so there you go.
You want to bang a pig while an underage dwarf in a penguin costume rams his foot in your arse with cigarette lighter on your balls. Humperdink's your man. That is unreal.
Come on. That's not nice or classy.
Oh, man. I tried reading that the first time. All right, on that note, we got no 5-star reviews this week, so y'all aren't on your jobs out there.
We need one from Darren. That's the only way he can get back in our good graces, is to put a Darren the D-Man 5-star review.
I don't want to throw any shade on a certain podcaster in person that I actually like in the wrestling business that has a podcast out there. But like I shared with Luke when Darren was calling us a bunch of marks, I said, look at the amount of 5-star reviews we have and look at that big name star who has his own show that's been out for a long time, not a new one. I said, look at how many he's got. And you tell me if you believe what your little friend Darren is saying. And he was like, bro, I didn't realize. Yeah, that's true. So anyway, just wanted to point that out.
Like, hey, tell Harper to start, when we get back rolling, tell him to start talking about our shows. I'll tell him what date it is. We're like, no, we already tried that. Harper ain't going to remember when this shit is.
Yeah, we got to be the ones.
You're lucky Harper shows up to y'all shows on time.
Exactly.
Pimping them, forget it.
But no 5-star reviews this week. I do want to mention one thing real quick. Shout out to Disrespectfully Classy, Mark E. Blassie, Mike Childry, Jeremy Priest, Joe Ice. Thank you for your generous patronage each and every month. And like I said, give us some 5-star reviews so that we can mention them on air and mention you on air, because all the 5-star reviews do get mentioned on air.
Hey, now, aren't you and I supposed to hang out with the Blassie man soon?
That's what it is.
I mean, I hate to make everybody else jealous, but
yeah, we're supposed to.
Okay.
Definitely supposed to.
So you've already hung out with Mikey and DFW. You go to X-Rated and hang out when you can and hang out with the people. Seems like, we're everywhere, even in a pandemic.
What's your point? What are you getting at, Tinkerbell?
No, I don't really have one. We're just really, I think we do a lot with our fans. How about that?
Yeah.
We do. We spread our wings. I'm ready.
Extra mile.
we spread our wings. I am ready for a Wildcat show. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
How much do we need to pay the board, the commissioning board down in Louisiana to open this thing up?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm actually shocked, Harper. As money hungry as those fools are, you'd figure they don't give two shits about a pandemic, and they would just say, go ahead, let's have an event so that we can steal money from these promotions.
Yeah, but they got to go by the governor.
Oh, well, that's true too.
Yeah.
Open up the wrestling.
It'll probably open up by June.
Yeah, that's what I got. God, I hope I can make it. I'm ready. I'm ready for some Wildcat.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what else do you have to do? Your life is pathetic.
Come on, man. Just sit around and watch fucking Good Times all day, drinking Heineken.
You know I don't drink Heineken.
Temporary layups.
This fool told me a little minute ago he ain't had Hennessy in a month.
Oh, fuck. What happened? You got DUI?
What did happen?
What's the I can't get the song off the top. When he was saying Good Times just now, I was looking for the Nell Carter song.
Give me a break.
I sure deserve it.
Hit it, Harper. Hit it. Sing it. Give me a break. I
remember.
Sure deserve it. Hey, while we're being serious for a second, if we can be serious for a second, shout out to our friend Chris Zaucha in the Facebook group. He lost his father today as we're recording this, and I just want to mention Zaucha, we're thinking about you. I know it's rough, but we're thinking about you, man.
We are.
Let's be serious for a second. Yes, we are. All right.
Is he a docaholic?
Loves the doc. Yes.
Oh, hey, rough patch there, son.
Yeah,
you'll get through it. Just trust in the Lord.
And Motorhead.
And Motorhead.
He is a Motorhead mark.
Man, let me tell you something about Motorhead's. 1916 was an underrated record.
Yeah.
That was not a bad record. I like that jam, No Voices in the Sky. That was good.
I don't think Zaha's got any enemies. He's like one of those. He's the type of guy that's just cool.
Yes, he does.
Who?
Darren.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he probably thinks Darren is an asshole. I agree.
D-Man better stop. Does D-Man come to Wildcat shows?
Yeah, he's always in the front row.
Was he at X-rated?
But he's not a mark. Okay.
Oh, of course. Look, and you know how he's got his front row reserved because he's got access to Luke. But who's the mark?
All I'm saying is he might want to watch it at those shows. If we turn the army loose on him.
Yeah. It's like the Kiss Army.
But what do you think about Kiss there, Mike?
What do I think about Kiss?
Yeah.
What's that song that they
War
came
Machine?
out to? Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's what I think about him.
Yeah, oh, come on.
That's some good stuff, pal.
Okay.
Yeah, Kiss is good. I mean, there are no Guns N' Roses back in the day, but
You know what KISS stands for?
oh Jesus, I'm afraid.
Knights in Satan's Army.
Service.
Oh, service.
What about WASP?
Well, Wasp. Yeah.
What did WASP stand for?
Oh, God.
We are sexual perverts.
Well, that's what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, they kind of were. Fuck like a beast.
Right.
And his crotch. Hey, Mike, this guy had.
Mike,
this
is the ultimate white people shit, is what Mike's getting ready to say.
Wait, what? Wait, hold up.
It's like
start over,
Roman
Harper.
candle thing strapped to his crotch.
He had a half of like a saw blade that had sparkler shit, like sparklers shot sparks off of it, hanging from his, like a cod piece.
Yeah.
I can't, man. I'm ready to talk some wrestling, dealing with you two. God. Oh, my. Should we get into the second half of Starrcade?
I don't really want to.
Oh, let's do it. All right, so finally, we're getting into Starrcade. So this is part 2 of our Starrcade review. For those of you who made it through last week and survived, great. We're glad to have you here. We left off last week in the middle of both the Iron Man and Iron Team tournaments. So we picked back up, second half of it, part 2, Future Shock. The first match that we jump into after part one from last week, is going to be Ric Flair versus Lex Luger. So in this one, we have the current world champ versus the U.S. champ. Flair has 20 points because remember, he beat Muta. And then we've got Luger, who's got 20 points because he beat Sting. And JR also mentions Muta has 20, but Muta doesn't have 20. He's got 0 because he lost his matches so far. More on Muta later. And
I have two things before this match, really, before you get into the meat of the match.
Okay.
127.15.
What's 127.15? You want to tell me while I'm going to it?
Abroad.
Oh, okay.
God. Okay, here we go.
Let's just
Oh,
see.
I think I know what he's talking about. This?
Every single one of us would hit that, and you know.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Look at that, though.
Oh, God.
Every single one of us. Every one of the people
Fuck,
out
you want
there.
to talk about someone looking like a man. Look at that's a bad. Oh, God. Look at her. Don't you? She's got a cross-dresser face.
Kind of. But
Doesn't she,
everybody out there would have had enough booze in them to. Well, fuck it. She's got the belt. Maybe she'll wear that.
Back then, yeah. I mean, everyone would have knocked that out.
That's what I'm saying.
I love how
That's
Harper
where-
says
That's where, right there. That's where a bunch of hairspray makes up for, and the blonde hair makes up for a lot.
I love how Harper says she's got a cross-dresser face, and then he immediately goes, "Doesn't she, Mike? Bruh, I'm not co-signing that one." She looks like an 80s woman with too much hairspray in her hair.
But maybe she put that belt right up next to her face, and you could shoot a rope on both.
Come on.
What the hell, Harper? I tune in every week.
Grow up, man.
Grow up, man.
Well, if you're going to shoot a
why
rope
y'all
on a
act like
belt, it
children?
shouldn't be the NXT heavyweight belt. It should be the United States belt from NWA, pal.
All I talk about shooting ropes, man. I mean, come on, bro. You know why I get offended? Because I've never shot a rope on anybody.
There you go. There's the real truth. Now, early in this match, JR tells Funk that he's his hero in 1989.
That Funk is JR's hero?
Yeah.
Well, he tried to kill a man, but whatever.
Okay. That's what I thought, too. I was just checking.
I thought Luger did good selling to the crowd because they kept chanting Luger sucks and, you know.
And then I have one other mark on here. I mean, Darren on here.
Another Darren.
136.14. And this is for Harper. Harper kept asking, look, there's Darren right there. Clap.
There he is, yeah. And there's fucking
He's
Tony
in the front
Schiavone.
row, just like Darren. That guy's in the front row, just like Darren. That has to be.
With a red
Look
eye.
Look at
it. And there's fucking Tony Schiavone. Thought he left. What the fuck does his hat say? Smile?
Yeah. Look at that doofus.
Fuck does hat say?
Smile.
God,
And these old broads they think they can get to Oli.
But those are women that have been coming to this shit for years.
That's right.
Yes.
And coming at this shit for years. 136.14. This is for Harper. Last week, all we heard was, can we get a scoreboard? So there's your scoreboard.
Okay, there we go.
Look at
that.
Muta.
Looks real.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a real scoreboard.
Yeah, that's good. That's exactly what you needed. Harper brought that up a few times, so that's exactly what you needed. The actual scoreboard. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So in this match, there's one thing I noticed that I was like, man, and I don't have a timestamp, but when Luger takes chops from Flair, he rarely stands there for 3 to 4 like somebody like Steamboat would or even Funk. He either bumps or goes flying elsewhere. He's ain't sitting there taking 3 or 4 in a row. He's like, nah, bruh, one was good. I'm good. Let me keep it moving. I don't know if you noticed that.
My exact note was, chops at the beginning were good, but Luger seems like the kind of guy who really hates getting chopped.
Yep. He does not do what Steamboat and Flair
He
do
missed
when they
that
chop
punch
each other.
by a mile.
Oh, come on.
Harper, you got anything from this before I go to the finish?
The chops might hurt more because he's all fucking oiled up.
Well, we got to have the oil. Come on.
Yeah.
So does that mean you oil your girl up before, or you don't oil because the chops hurt more because of the oil?
You
Harper?
think he'll make it hurt more, huh?
So is that your way of saying you do oil your girl up, or you don't?
No one does that.
What the hell, Harper? I mean, listen to the show. This idiot start talking about when you bang your girlfriend. Then you oil her up. I just like to have somebody oil me up. I'd like to be able to oil somebody up sometime.
You know, you sound like the fucking cowardly lion from the Wizard of Oz.
Sorry. All right, no more Darrens. Well, actually, lots of Darrens in this one. So maybe that is why, I don't know, but Luger ain't taking more than one chop at a time, bro. He's like, nah, I'm done. Near the end, Flair goes to the top rope for a top rope move. Luger catches him with a clothesline as Flair comes off the top. It looks great. Honestly, you can feel the like intensity in the air in the last 2 minutes. Even though they gave this crap away, I mean, that's the sad part. U.S. champ versus world champ. And they're just giving it away in a round-robin tournament, like we talked about. But with 30 seconds left, Flair goes for the figure four. Time is going to expire with Luger in the figure four. A good finish for what you have to do here because you don't want to bury either champion, even though you're burying Muta and he's a champion. Time expires with Luger in the figure four. The match is a draw, so both guys end up getting 5 points. Doc, any thoughts on the draw, the finish, anything like that?
It felt a lot different than their first pay-per-view match, and at least we've seen these guys before.
Yeah.
I really think, well, in almost any scenario for a good match, for a back-and-forth match, Rick needs more than 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Which is why it was a crime that Muta got beaten, too. These two needed more than 15 minutes to tell the story. They need closer to 30. I don't know that I want to see Luger go for 45, but they need more than 15. I know that. So if you're going to go 15, the draw is probably the most sensible way to do it. But gosh, even then, you just had a draw with your world champ and your U.S. champ. The U.S. champ gets a lot more out of that than the world champ does.
The problem continues to boil down to the fact that
who's going to lose?
And you're in this crappy tournament situation.
Yep.
Booked into a corner.
Yep.
But then again, you start thinking about this. And I think, what was that pay-per-view about 6-7 years later where they had the Japan versus the United States in the best of 7? But then they had Sting and Flair and Luger fight a 3-way match where the winner got to then face Savage for the title right afterwards.
I don't remember what that was. Somebody will tell us, though.
Yeah, I forgot what that was.
That might have been the first pay-per-view I ever bought.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it. Somebody's going to post it on Twitter in the Facebook group.
That's where Jimmy Hart threw the horn in the megaphone, and Savage hit, and Flair hit a gusher and won the title.
Humperdink's about to come down the aisle and hit a gusher as well.
He's going to do that fucking Mr. Freeze shit where he just shoots a rope of jizz down and slides down it.
Talk about Bruno.
Like an ice ramp.
That's why I don't listen to you guys. You're talking about shooting off again. Oh, Darren. All right, Doc. Any other thoughts on Flair and Luger?
No.
I got some comments when we get to the next Muta match, and that's what I'm dying to get to.
Yeah.
Because I noticed something after Harper kept drilling it down last week about Muta's demeanor that I cannot wait to talk about when we get to it. But first, before we get to that, we got the Samoans versus the Steiners.
Look at Humperdink. He's checking out those broads. He's like, I could do unspeakable acts.
The big kahuna. The Steiners have 35 points going into this match and are in the lead. The Samoans have 20, and the Royal Warriors also have 20 as well.
The Samoans are still in this thing.
Yeah.
Right. The substitutes are still in this thing. I'm not sure how I felt about this. The crowd wasn't into it. They were noticeably more quiet than during the Flair and Luger match. And, of course, the Steiners and Doom match. Scott Steiner is going to end up taking heat at the finish. It was just really flat. It was just flat. The ref, who barely saw Scott Steiner somewhat throw one of the Samoans over the top rope, ends up DQing the Steiners. The Steiners,
yeah, that's right, yeah,
lose by DQ. And the Samoans get 10 points. The Steiners finished with 35 points for the tournament because this was their last match.
You know what this is, right?
What?
Plausible deniability. See, we didn't bury all the minorities. Look at the Samoans.
I guess. But the Steiners are done. I'm just...
Oh.
By the way, yeah, I don't know.
I need you to go to, gosh, what's that number? I can't even see it on here. 151.48. We had a man almost die.
151.48.
Uh-huh.
All right, 151.20.30 right here. So it'll catch up to it in a second. When you say a man almost die, you must be talking about from a move.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Do you want to tell us? Because we're waiting to get to it right now.
Mm-mm.
All right. You are the worst when it comes to timestamps.
Yeah. Okay, here it comes. This guy about to pick a fight on the left.
Oh, the dude by the barricade?
Oh, yeah, that guy's about to get... Oh, yeah.
Look at him. He took a step forward.
You know, he's real brave with them cops in between them. Oh,
Larry, the
real
insurance
brave.
broker's about to get his ass whooped.
He's real brave with the two police officers right there.
Hey, we did a patron pre-show tonight that shows you don't want to mess with some real wrestlers.
Agreed. What else, Harper? You got any thoughts on this match? I mean, really, the crowd was quiet. I didn't.
Yeah, because they've seen everything already.
They really have.
Well, did you see Rick Steiner pull out a braid of hair?
Yeah.
God dang, that seems painful.
Yeah, that definitely seems painful.
I mean, did you ever get one of your twisty ties pulled out?
No, Doc, and it's not a funny joke. It's
rolls?
really dumb. It's really dumb what you just said. Tell you what, he took that Frankensteiner good right there.
Hey, can you hit me with 159.42?
No, I'm not going backwards.
God.
What?
What?
Just go back.
159.42?
Yeah.
Okay, this is it. Hold on. I'm going to pause it on it this time.
I knew you would like it.
For everybody.
Look at his eyeballs. They look like they're protruding from his head.
Yeah, like in a cartoon.
Those don't look real.
Humperdink is making another one of those faces. Oh, boy. Doc, is that the face that he makes? Look at that.
No, that's the look. That's more of a look of somebody just stuffed a cucumber up my ass. Look at those eyeballs.
Harper, is that true? Is that the face you make when your woman stuffs a cucumber up it, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tickles your prostate.
Mm.
I mean, seriously, the pupils in his eyes, those are ridiculous.
Oh, I gotta say something. So, Harper, wasn't it the first video shout out you did where you were sitting on a toilet and talked about how you had to get your prostate exam?
Yeah.
And at first you were like, oh my God, I'm not going to like this. But then you were like, okay, I actually liked it. And it kind of turned me queer. So I guess it was fine.
Yeah.
Somebody emailed the show how offended they were.
Oh, oh well. Sorry.
Swipe left.
Thoughts and prayers.
They were offended at you for somebody paid you to make a video shout out, and they were mad at you because of your shout out. America in 2021. All right. Anyway.
So with the
Wait,
person
the
who paid
people.
for it?
Wait, the person who paid for it was mad.
No. Somebody
That's what
saw
you
it
just
on.
said.
No. Somebody. No. What I was saying was someone paid for a video shout out.
Uh-huh.
And because I don't remember who paid for that. I don't remember who it was that you gave that one to. I think it was Paul or somebody. I can't
I don't
remember.
remember.
But anyway, somebody watched it on YouTube and didn't appreciate your humor.
Well, I'm
Okay.
sorry. That's
Man,
what the fuck you want me to do about it?
this is why you can't deal with other people. It's why you got to follow BGT's three laws for a happy life. Don't be mean to animals. Well, don't be mean to puppy dogs. You can hit ducks in the middle of the street with a squeegee for all I care. But be nice to the puppy dogs. Let's make sure that we don't go after underage kids here. And don't hit your women. And then follow like a few of the 10 Commandments and fuck what everybody else thinks.
Well, I tell you what, Humperdink's not worried what anybody else thinks with the face he's making right there. when
His
he's
eyes don't look like
That they don't look human.
Yeah, it's like a gag gift eye or something.
I know. What is it? Nothing about his eyes says I.
That what's crazy is one eye, the one on the left, the bottom eyelid is like higher up or something than the other one. You see it?
Boy, you can tell Starrcade isn't too good. We're talking about Humperdink's orgasm face and his eyes that he's making. That's nice.
And look at that crooked gate row at bottom row of teeth. Jesus, what kind of fucking snaggletooth fucking mongoloid bullshit is that?
That's from drinking well water.
Y'all are terrible.
It's
No,
true.
that look
That's
is
how
terrible.
rednecks. Yeah, that's where that stereotype comes from.
I guarantee you, that son of a bitch right there nailed some broad would be jealous he nailed just because he was in the wrestling business.
He looks like the dude from Masters of the Universe. There's no doubt about
Yeah.
it. All right, let's keep the show moving. Doc, any other thoughts on this match?
Let's see.
It's not good. I mean, it's not bad. The match isn't bad.
No,
It's
no,
just,
no.
there's
But
no
here's
drama.
the thing. To your point earlier, my note was this is a good match. I just have lost interest.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we've seen everything.
And this was a weak ass finish.
Well, and you've seen the Steiners now for 3 times. This is your third
Right.
time seeing them. So it's like,
We've already blown our load, and she's still trying to kiss all over you.
And it's just a limp ass noodle hanging there.
Yeah, it's like,
Make her
yeah.
get drowsy.
wow.
I work
Really?
in the morning, go off me.
I gotta work in the morning. Oh man, 21-year-old you would kick the shit out of you now, but it's the
Always tell
truth.
myself that.
It's the truth. Someday I'm gonna have money. I'm just gonna fuck broads all night. No,
It's not how it works.
that's not how that works.
It would work if you had the money when you're like 20, but that
Oh, yeah.
usually doesn't happen that way. Oh, boy. Yeah, buddy. All right, Doc. I got nothing else from this, so how about we keep moving? Does that sound good with you?
Yeah. Fuck this.
Yeah.
So let me keep going. The next match, we've got Lex Luger versus the Great Muta, and I'm trying to get to it for our patrons out there on the video version. You know, you'll see it when here's a scoreboard if anybody's interested.
Well, first of all, before you get into the Muta side of it, I give kudos to Lex for limping down.
Yes.
I thought that
Agreed.
was a nice move because he's still
That was
selling.
the best thing.
Yeah.
What Doc is referencing is Luger was in the figure 4 in his match with Flair. So when he's coming down to the ring, he's limping and he's selling it because he was just in the figure four not that long ago.
The problem with that is wounded Luger is about to beat Muta's ass.
Yeah, because I was watching this thinking, well, how's he going to beat him?
Right.
Watch.
Exactly.
Harper talked about Muta's demeanor. So we're watching Muta now walk down to the ring with Gary Hart, and his face paint is worn off, so you can kind of see his face. And just look at his expression, and then look when he gets into the ring. He looks like, I don't give a shit. He rolls into the ring. It's nothing special. Look at him. Look at him, Harper.
Yeah, it's like he's just like walking around a mall, about to walk in a Foot Locker. Just say, "What's up, man?"
If I was Muta, I would have misted Luger in the first 30 seconds and walked to the back and said, "Fuck this."
Well, my note from the match, besides, Muta working over the injured leg of Luger, which was good, is that when they get to the finish, what Muta does. It's tremendous. But before I go there, Flair and Luger
I would have also said, if I was Muta, I'd have thrown that, that fucking bridge he does. I'd have put the Fuller leg lock on his ass and just made him tap.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Muta here.
Oh, I do too. Flair and Luger both have 25 points at this point. Sting has 20. Muta, of course, has 0.
JR makes a comment during this. This is the first time to see this match. Well,
keep going.
You just now going to say that? We've blown a whole bunch of other shit tonight, JR.
Luger is going to go.
And I thought the missed opportunity here, now that everything's fucked for Muta, is for Funk to give some backstory or some inside intel on Muta since they were tag team partners. But Funk acts like he barely knew him.
I mean, they're burying him here right now, so there's no saving him at this point anyway. So.
Or I would have blown mist in the first 30 seconds and just said, fuck it.
Well, when they go to the finish, Luger goes for the torture rack at the end, but he can't get Muta up due to the injured leg. And Muta, I swear, he might not have said this, but I swear he said it. He's just like, screw this. And he hits Luger with the mist. And he walks out like he's pissed at the booking. And I came unglued. I'm going to go to it now, but did you have any thoughts on that, Harper? The finish, how they did it?
Well, I mean, I just kept watching this. I'm like, how's he going to lose? Because, I mean, we all know he fucking loses. So I was like, well, how are they going to do it? Because, I mean, Luger's been selling the fucking leg before he even got into the ring, and he's been working his leg the whole time. So I was like, he can't just hawk up and stop selling the fucking leg.
Right. And he doesn't. What he ends up doing is buckling. My takeaway was from it, okay, here it comes. He's going to go, well, I thought he was going to get it to him now, but he's going to go to
the power slam. Then
that's right. He does the power slam and then he goes for it. So he goes for the torture rack here, and I popped. It was like when his leg buckles and he's like, I can't do it. Muta missed him. Watch Muta.
Fuck you.
Watch Muta. He missed him and he's like, oh, well, kick him. And now I'm getting out of here. Screw this. Look at him. He just. I mean,
waste all that time.
Muta, look at his demeanor. He's not happy. He's like, I came here tonight for this. I would love to know at what point Muta knew when they were going to do it like this. Like, did he show up that night and that's when he found out? But this, I've seen a lot of stuff in wrestling over the years. I truly believe, and I've seen people lose who shouldn't have lost in one night. But I don't know if I've ever seen somebody buried as bad in one night after the winning streak that he had for all these months. Can you think of any, Doc?
0-0.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
That
fucking
you're going
sad.
in one end, you're going to give everything away, and on the other end, you're going to basically undo 6 to 8 months of decent booking.
I'm not trying to compare Goldberg any way, shape, or form to Muta, but imagine back when Goldberg debuted and he had all those wins in a row for months straight. If in one night they would have pinned him or beat him 3 times. Like, it's not the same because it's different. Again, Goldberg's not Muta. But the point I'm trying to make is this guy was on a white hot streak. He's beaten everybody. He's your TV champion, by the way. And you decide his first loss comes under 2 minutes. He loses again.
His second loss comes 30 minutes later.
And then he gets another loss 30 minutes after that.
He even lost in a bathroom after this. The Italian Stallion schoolboyed him.
He lost the 24/7 championship to archery.
It's so pathetic how they do him. So pathetic.
So we talk about. Never mind. I'm gonna let you finish that, and then next match.
It's just.
It's criminal. It is. You are either trying to sabotage the promotion, or you are the most criminally incompetent asshole of all time.
I mean,
there's really no other. There's no other explanation. Or Muta, you caught Muta fucking your wife. I mean, that's it.
What were you about to say, Harper?
Look at all those zeros. That was Doom. Doom's all zeroed out too.
Yeah, Doom lost all their match.
Much like the last 800 years, it is not good to not have white skin color.
Jesus. I'm.
Did I tell you that time, Mike? White people have had a long ass run with the strap.
Your exact comment was, I forgot my comment to you, and I was trying to say, well, we've gotten better, or society is getting better, and you were like, I don't know, bruh. The white man's been on top for a long time. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, the white guy. We're like the Tom Brady fucking Patriots, bitch. You ain't beating us.
I'm just trying to run out the clock on that.
So Doom, I said it last week. The thing about Doom is, and without giving away spoilers, Doom actually recovers from this. Like, they do recover, in my opinion.
Yes.
Muta is just emasculated in one night. And we're actually not done with it, to be honest. Because, remember, he's still the TV champ. Just remember that. He's still the television champion right now. And he lost 3 times in one night. That's how you treat your champion, right? Booked themselves into a corner, and then they screwed over the great Muta, one of the most talented guys that were there. And I don't know if I've got anything else to say about it at this point. Doc, do you? Take that as a no, Doc. Harper, what about you? Did I lose y'all both? Doc, you're on mute.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking wrestling. It's just criminal, bro. It was did to this poor bastard.
It's really stupid what they did to him.
Yeah.
It's just. And again, Doom is going to recover. The Muta, well, stay tuned. You'll see what happens there. Yeah, Doc's on mute. I don't know what the hell he's doing. But anyway, we'll keep going. If he has something to say.
Square, like covering up.
Yeah, that's me. I was trying to see if he was on mute, and that's when I saw it on Skype. All right, so let's keep moving. Can I look at the animal no sell that pile driver?
Fuck you.
The next match, we've got the Wild Samoans versus the Road Warriors. This is the last tag team match in the tournament. Samoans have 30 points right now. The Warriors have 20. This is kind of wild when you think about it because the Samoans were the replacements, and here they are with a chance to win it, which is nuts. But they're the replacement tag team, and they've got a chance to win it. And the Samoans are good, so I'm not trying to knock them at all. And the Steiners have 35 points, so they are in the lead But basically, if the Road Warriors get a pinfall or submission, they win. If the Samoans have a draw, they'll have to wrestle the Steiners to see who wins. But if the Samoans, yeah, it's very confusing. But if the Samoans win by pin or submission, they win the tournament. So JR is spouting off all of that. So let me repeat, because JR mentions this on commentary. The Steiners have 35, so they're in the lead. If the Warriors get a pinfall or submission, they win. If the Samoans have a draw, though, here with the Warriors, they then get to wrestle the Steiners to see who wins. But if the Samoans win by pin or submission, they win the actual tournament. If you kept track of that, good for you. I wasn't smart enough back then, nor am I now, to keep track of all that right now. So that's why you make things real confusing, and wrestling is not a good thing. It looks like Doc's back. Doc, what happened?
Well, unlike Harper and a certain Abuda Dean up in the Pacific Northwest, I will step away and mute before I go take a piss.
That's nice.
Oh. Okay.
The beer.
Uh-oh.
His internet's like yours today.
Oh shit.
That's how I feel about the show.
You're breaking up, Doc. What were you saying?
I wanted to go pee.
Oh, okay. Doc, any thoughts on this? Any thoughts on this match with the Road Warriors and the Samoans?
Can we talk about the fact that these days we talk about how the business is no good, but can you give me 221.51?
Yeah, this match was sloppy.
I think I know what you're going to talk about here, but so we're
it's
at
the first
221.
2 minutes. It's the first 2 minutes of the match. We're going to go straight to a pile driver, and we're going to no-sell it.
Yeah. This is what Harper and I were just talking about a second ago. There it goes. Look at Animal.
No.
He pops up. Yeah.
How's that good for business?
Everything was airtight, brother.
Animal.
We respected the business.
Everything was airtight, brother. I mean, what do you want me to say?
My note, nothing. My only other note for this match was the right guys won, I guess.
Were you back on when you heard me explaining who could possibly win?
Yes. And I don't care.
No, but think about how I wanted to get to that. Watch this. Look at this mess up. That was complicated, what JR was explaining about who could possibly win. Watch this. Animal shoots off one of the Samoans, reverse. Animal leapfrogs, comes back. And here it comes. It's even going to get worse here. They don't know what the hell. Neither one of them knows what spot is coming next. Animal reverse. Well,
they look like two virgins on prom night, bro.
You think they were just kind of blown up or whatever? Just from...
Maybe they forgot their spot since it's their third fucking match of the night.
Yeah.
It was sloppy, that's for damn sure. The finish was fine, but there was some botches, and it ends when Hawk hit one of the Samoans with a big lariat off the top rope. The Road Warriors win the tournament. They have a total of 40 points. The Steiners come out and celebrate with the Warriors after they finish with 35.
And what did they win?
Nothing.
Exactly.
They're the Iron Man.
Shit is that?
And what big storyline was advanced?
Nothing.
They're the Iron Team.
That was the... Bruh, every sporting tournament or whatever, there's a trophy. You win something. You win a bowl game. There's a trophy. You win the fucking high school district champions. They get a fucking trophy. When fucking Dusty won the fucking Bunkhouse Stampede, he had that big boot. It was a trophy.
He won money too. Don't forget.
You suck a mean dick, you get a trophy. Now you can go wipe it off in the bathroom, but you're gonna get a trophy.
I mean, they couldn't even like make a trophy or something just to give them to say like this is what we won.
In a couple of years, when they do the King of Cable, he gets a trophy.
I mean, fuck, bro. The Crockett Cup.
Something.
Give him a fucking trophy.
You gotta get hot.
Steiner Brothers coming out. Yeah, good job, guys. Yay.
You ain't gotta get hot at me, pal.
I don't understand why what's the prize?
Hey, we didn't know what they were fighting for all night. Why would we get some resolution at the end?
Fuck.
Harper is not.
I ain't mad at him. He's right.
Look, I'm not mad at him either.
I mean, what's the point of going through all this shit?
Nothing. Next year, Starrcade's behind the paywall. How about that?
Oh, God. You look,
I'm
yeah,
mad.
great. They won. Whoop-de fucking do.
Whoop-de, there you go. There's your Rolex. Whoop-de fucking do. The Steiner should have turned on him or something. Come on,
like,
man.
thank God this shit's over
I don't
with.
care if it makes sense because nothing before it's made sense.
That's the trophy. Thank God this
There
is
it
over
is.
with. You heard
Rick
me?
Steiner comes out. Rick Steiner, their prize is Rick Steiner comes out and they get to smell his finger from woman.
Oh, come on.
What? What's wrong with you?
You, all of a sudden, y'all are Darren.
Why? Why? I mean, come on, bro. Seriously?
You seem like the kind of guy that would sniff another man's finger.
And this
I didn't say you,
a,
Harper.
If this was a scoreboard, if they had a scoreboard, why didn't they just use that in the fucking building?
Now there's a good question. Three people can see this hose hound.
Oh God!
You know the best part about this scoreboard. Y'all have missed this from the beginning. Well, not really, but definitely missed it here. The fact that no. Everything looks spelled correctly. The problem is she needs to slide over to the right some because we can't see the total right now. We don't know who's won.
Three people in the audience can see that shit.
Well, no, this is for TV, the actual scoreboard. I'm talking about the people in the audience can actually see the scoreboard in the arena.
You know what needs to happen? They needed to have Missy Hyatt doing this.
No, that's below her.
I agree.
I'd like to be below her.
Come on,
bro. Did you see the Stone Cold biography?
Oh my God!
And she was introducing.
Yeah.
And I said with my family, I was like, I need a pillow or something to put over
my girlfriend. I was like, you see that? That's the woman that gave me a cameo. She's like, that's her? It's like, yeah, that's her back in the day.
Was her.
Yeah, she was like, what the fuck happened?
Plastic surgery and copious amounts.
I was like, this was 30 years ago.
Father Time. You should have said Father Time. You're going to look like that one day, too.
Wow. What's wrong with y'all?
Have you watched that yet, Mike?
No, it's on the DVR. I'm going to have to probably catch it this weekend. I haven't had any time.
It's good, but they show Missy introduced Stone Cold at WCW, and I don't know how one female can be at the top of her powers at so many different times in her career, but damn it if she's not. Am I lying, Harper?
Yeah. God,
I am?
Hot. No.
Oh. Well, I asked if I was lying, and you said yes.
No.
No, I'm not. Okay, good.
All the way live, pal.
It is incredible how incredible she is throwing down in this.
No doubt. I'm with you, man. I believe it. I mean, I remember this era.
Her woman enough to make you forget about the sisters, huh?
No.
Let's not get carried away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. Okay, well, we'll keep this show moving. The Road Warriors win the Iron Man tournament, or Iron Team tournament. Harper is not happy, and to be honest, we're not either, but we'll keep going because we'll rate this thing at the end. We go to the last match of Starrcade 1989 Future Shock, and it is Sting versus Ric Flair. As a reminder, Flair has 25 points. Sting has 20. To make it simple, Sting must win by pinfall or submission in order to win the tournament. Flair also wins the tournament with a pinfall or submission. if they go to a draw, Luger ends up winning the tournament because he would have the most points of those guys. JR brings up that Sting went 45 minutes to a time limit draw. The last, when Sting and Flair wrestled at the first Clash. I thought that was good. He mentions that made Sting a star. True. This match definitely is not the Clash match that they had in '88, but it's fine for a match. The problem is, again, we don't want to repeat ourselves, but it's the whole Future Shock tournament, Iron Man tournament. Flair, once again, he always does this. He makes his opponent look good. He sells for Sting. He allows Sting to show off his power. Honestly, it's a familiar formula that Flair uses in his matches. But he's great about working to opponents' strength. That's what made him so great. And that's what made this a good match. Beyond that, Doc, let me throw it to you. What are your thoughts?
231.35.
All right, 231.35.
I don't really write down what my timestamps are.
So we got 231.22 here. This is the start of the match.
Yeah.
Okay. You have no clue.
We might be partners, but I'm still going to woo.
We might be partners, but I'm still going to woo.
These two guys have just fought together.
Oh, they're wooing. Yeah.
They're buddies.
Yeah, Sting's wooing. I mean, Flair's wooing and Sting's howling. Okay,
Rick
Doc,
started working heel as the match went on.
He sure did. I had that note. Did you have that, Harper?
Yeah, well, he kind of has to.
I agree. I mean, that's another thing that makes this difficult, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Flair's a pro, though, so he does well.
He would heel, but not too heel.
That's because he's good at what he does.
It was subtle. It was enough to. Yeah. It was enough to where you were like, okay, he's trying to win, and when you're trying to win, sometimes you stoop to levels you might not want to.
Competitive juices.
That's right. What else, Doc?
Well, I don't know how we're going to get out of here for this pay-per-view, so fuck it. Let's just pin the champ.
Let me ask you a question. Did that make you mad, or how mad did that make you, I should say?
Look, we've entered the era. This whole pay-per-view has made me angry. We're entering the period of Sting, and good sense has fucking left the building.
I ain't gonna go there.
For the next 4 or 5 years, you're gonna tell me that this shit's great?
Your favorite wrestler, hold on. Your favorite wrestler of all time, Ric Flair, is the one who made Sting and who's the one who wanted Sting to be world champion eventually.
I get it.
No, you don't, because you keep complaining about it.
I'm complaining about the whole promotion at this point.
And it kills me to think about it.
I'm going to root for my guy, but I'm not a Darren about it. And the second thing is that we've got much bigger problems than this match. If we think that this is what's going to get over this whole card, I don't want to skip to the finish, but we have besmirched the good goddamn name of Starrcade here. And I'm worried about 1990 because I've never seen it. I have never, ever watched 1990 WCW. So I'm getting ready to watch it for the first time. And I got to tell you, this does not make me feel good about it. You want me to get I'm going to get all hot because Ric Flair lost. Look, that's just going to happen a lot now. He lost it to last Nitro, too.
Well, he didn't. Well, I guess he had him lose because it wasn't a title match.
Uh-oh.
It's still dumb. I'm with Doc though. Look, it's the whole thing. They booked themselves into a corner with this stupid tournament thing.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's all it boils down to. I mean, like we can fuss and we can complain, and Doc can say, well, we pinned the champion here, but like the thing is, they've been pinning champions all night.
They pinned themselves when they didn't erase the idea here.
I mean, the only champion that didn't get pinned are the U.S. Tag Champs, and that's because the belts are vacant.
Luger didn't get pinned, did he?
He
beat Sting. He beat
Muta. Draw. Okay, you're right. my point is just like we've been just burying legitimate talent all night. Doom got 3. Ain't got no point.
There's just no way to do this without doing that.
The only way to do this without doing that is to have lower level mid card guys in there. But when you got essentially, especially in your singles matches, Flair, Sting, Muta, and Luger, you got 4
3 champions and the most popular guy in the promotion.
That's right. So like, you can't get around it. It's a recipe. It's like, it's like eating some bad Taco Bell and then being shocked when you're sitting on the toilet and it's coming out of the bottom and the top end at 3:00 in the morning. That's what this is.
Well, there goes Taco Bell as a sponsor.
Come on.
I mean, name any other food. It's like eating something spoiled. Almost said something.
I was gonna say it's like fucking that nasty whore everybody knows is a nasty whore, and then getting surprised when you got some green goo coming out.
That's right. I mean, what do you expect? Can you
imagine the discussions that were held when this is Herd's idea, and Corny and JR and Rick are all sitting there like, here's all the reasons that ain't gonna work.
This is just pure stupidity.
Look, everybody has a bad idea once and again. I just listened to Sullivan review the 3 cages where Hogan and Savage beat 12 dudes. And Sullivan was like, you're legitimately going to make me start drinking. This is, what do you want me to say? He sounded like somebody decapitated his dog in front of him.
Everybody
has a bad idea. But he's the kind of guy that would come up with these cages. I'm telling you right now that this is Herd's idea, and those 3 guys in the booking committee are like, wait, you can't. This is why you can't. This is why that won't work. And I'm not saying that Flair's Booker of the Year or anything like that. Corny's young, JR's still young. Those 3 guys are smart enough about the business to know this was bullshit. And I would love to know how they went about trying to convince her that it was bullshit, and then see the look on their faces when they realized they weren't going to be successful.
You know what's bad about this? I can sit there and watch this now and go, well, if they would have made a single elimination tournament, that would have been better. But if they would have actually did that, not knowing,
it would have made it longer.
It would have made it, the single elimination tournament would have made it longer, and then I would have been complaining about that too. I don't like tournaments. Like, the Crockett Cup was good as a kid, but like I don't really like tournaments.
A lot better in theory in wrestling than they do in reality.
Tournaments are good if they're held over more than one night. One night tournament is just stupid. It's just, I don't like it. There's ways to be creative about it. I'll give you an example. One of the tournaments Wildcat did for the belt was, Harper, didn't y'all have like it was not single, like one side of the bracket was like a 3-way and the other side was a 3-way at one point, so that it limited the amount of matches. I can't remember how y'all did it. It was
because you can't have, because we don't have enough time to do all this shit.
Right. So instead of like 3 singles matches, you had 2 3-way dances and then the final.
Right.
So like,
we're not running shows, every fucking day. So you got to do something to, shorten the shit up.
Right. But going back to it, like, I just don't like tournaments in general, but this round robin, it's done. Again, I feel like we were saying this ad nauseum, but it just exposes things. And again, with the singles matches, the problem with it is the tag teams, we only have one champion, which is bad enough because your champion loses. But the singles matches, I want to throw this out there. The world champion, the U.S. champion, the TV champion, I've already said. Sting, who's one of your most popular baby faces. None of the champions are going to win this thing. Sting wins, and he's not even a champion. Now, is that wrong? Whatever. But the problem is, you buried one of your champions severely. You neutered him. There's no other way to put it. You buried him.
You killed his fucking career there.
Now he's going to come back, and before anybody says
American career.
Yeah,
you're American. He's going to come back here and there. We know that he's going to come back to WCW here and there. The problem is the guy was hotter than 6 suns coming into this thing.
Why did we waste 8 months heating him up to feed him to people that don't need it?
God, I hate when you're right, but I hate when you're right. I hate it, but you nailed it. It's just all right. We beat that horse to death. Now, on another note. Doc, do you have anything do you want me to talk about the finish real quick?
Sure.
So there's a series of near falls with a bridge and a backslide by Sting. Flair continues working Sting's leg and is really healing as he works Sting's leg, as he drops Sting's leg across the ropes. Flair is going to go for the figure 4 one more time on Sting before time expires. They're getting to the end of expiration, so things are heating up at the end. But Sting is going to cradle Flair, and Sting wins by pin. Man called Sting wins the tournament, and Doc had a fit. Right, Doc?
Why?
No.
You just didn't care at that point?
No. And here's the thing. Let's bring Arn and Ole out.
Well, yeah. They got to celebrate with Sting, right?
Ugh.
No.
Why not?
Why would they?
Sting will get his soon.
Because he was a fighting champion. Well, he wasn't a fighting champion.
No, he wasn't.
There's nothing about what you just said that's real.
That's true. He wasn't a champion. But he fought. And he proved proved he was the Iron Man, Doc. He proved he was the Iron Man.
God damn right. He's the
king of cable.
Yeah. He's a cheap digital watch. I think the only good thing about this was that you saw so many different finishes.
That's reaching.
Yeah. Well, something.
No, he's right. You did see it. You did see a bunch of different finishes. Some of them were bad.
Let's get through all those too. This has beat the shit out of me, and it's not. Look, it ain't because Sting. It ain't because Sting won. This is depressing because this is Starrcade. This is a flagship show that has just been taken out behind the woodshed and had a bullet put in its head. This is so bad they should have never done another Starrcade.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Well, look, they got fucking fireworks.
That makes it legit, right?
Yeah.
I hope they have a permit to set those off inside the building.
America.
Harper, you kept asking what they win, and I said no spoilers. Well, the answer is actually nothing, but Sting appears to win a spot in the Four Horsemen. Arn's telling him, come here, and he raises his hand. So it appears, and Arn throws up the 4. So that's what Sting won.
So Sting's the 4th member now.
Well, it would appear that way, although they haven't technically said it on
worst
audio.
Horseman ever. Makes Paul Roma look like Barry Windham.
Oh, God. Well, I think Paul Roma gets a bad rap.
Of course he does.
Well, it also got to the point with the Horsemen where you just throw
fucking anybody in there.
I mean, I don't. It wasn't as bad as like the NWO or anything, but you know what I mean.
No.
It just was, whatever.
Let's rate this.
Well, we are going to rate it. Just mention one thing. So, Arn holds up the 4 fingers, holds up Sting's hand. The Road Warriors are going to cut a promo at the end, and it's just really meat and potatoes. And then they try to interview Flair at the end, but they go off air, and it really gets cut off. So,
I quit watching that at this point.
Oh, you did? So, anyway, on that note, Doc, you think that's the face Hawk makes when he's
climaxing?
What do you think?
Which one, Ellering or Hawk?
I said Hawk, not. Look at Ellering's face. He's
telling it like, oh, I'm a sick bastard.
Oh God! I hope my wife don't find out about this.
All right. Anyway, we do need to rate it, hand out some Rolexes before we do so. Want to remind you, become a patron. If you love this show, go to tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Great way to support the show. You get a lot of extra content, tons of extra shows, all of the 88 Clashes of the Champions, all of the 88 pay-per-views, all of the 89 Clashes and pay-per-views are there as well, except for this one. This one was so bad it deserved to be on the free feed, I feel like. But anyway, yeah, all of that is there on Patreon, along with the world-class shows and many other shows available. Almost 300 plus episodes at this point, or maybe a little over, I'm not sure. But it's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. You can become a patron there.
Hey, we're getting close to our birthday, aren't we?
We are. We're a little more than a month away from our birthday month or birthday year.
It's our birthday year.
Dude, that's going to be the next thing, because, I mean, like, all these women with the birthday month thing, right?
It's my birthday decade.
Like for real, that Harper, don't say it. That's what's going to happen.
Hey, little Latrell figured out how to pull the ultimate rib.
Yeah.
His birthday's on Mother's Day this year.
Oh.
Stealing the thunder.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
Isn't it?
God, that's great. God bless him. Tell him to hit the RVD pose on that one. That is tremendous.
Kidding.
Oh, my God, that's tremendous.
That's phenomenal.
Yes, sir. That is tremendous. Good for him. Oh, yeah. On that note, also, we're talking about Mother's Day and birthdays and all that stuff. Don't forget, if you're shopping and you're doing so on Amazon, please use our Amazon Associates link. It's tinyurl.com/BTTAmazon. Great way to support the show without spending anything extra. If you're already purchasing things on Amazon, please use that link and give that link to the wives, girlfriends, side pieces, whatever you have in your life, and tell them to use it every time they use Amazon. As our friend JBL Objective has said many times over the years on this show, take that link, put it in the web browser for them, and make sure they use it. It's tinyurl.com/BTTAmazon. Again, a wonderful way to support this show.
Click her on Doc, the left nipple to get her attention, and then drag her over to the computer.
On that note, Doc, you've been wanting to bury this thing. I don't even know if you're going to hand out a Rolex. You're so mad.
Oh, I am.
So I'm gonna leave it to you. Just give us both. Give us the Rolex and the rating. Any day now. This asshole put himself on mute again.
Hey.
He's on mute. Somebody must have walked in. I just looked at it on Skype. So I will give the rating since he's on mute. There you go.
I'm back. We've been going too long, and so now we're encroaching upon bedtimes. But you're gonna think I'm working. You're gonna think I'm working here. Mm-hmm. I promise you, I am not.
Mm-hmm.
F.
Okay, who are you giving your Rolex to?
I ought to give it to myself for watching this.
He's a Darren. Instead of a Mark for himself, Harper, he's a Darren for himself.
But I'm not. I'm giving it to Muta because, God, he needs to get something.
Yeah, man. I was thinking the same thing. I got to give it him just for showing up and putting up with this shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe I agree with both of y'all, but I got to give it to Muta, too, for putting up with this.
Yeah.
Muta's going to get... Yeah, I'm with you. Muta's getting my Rolex. Hell yes. Muta gets the Rolex. Okay, so you gave this an F, Doc. You said, yes. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Harper, what are you giving it?
Man, I'm being nice. I'm going to say a C. Just to be nice. Because it's all top of the line talent, but it's a clusterfuck.
Hey, my F has not one thing to do with even Sting. None of the 12 guys that were entering the tournament. This is no reflection upon, and even Sting, who worked hard. This is aimed squarely at one man.
I'm with Harper.
What a fucking asshole, huh? That's what I was telling Mike off air, how people shit on, what's his name, Mike?
Who?
The fucking Booker. George
Scott?
Yeah, but
How's this any better?
Well, the thing is, with George Scott, it was shit, but you at least saw what he was trying to do. Okay, the Iron Sheik was big in the WWE a few years ago. He was trying to recreate that. You at least saw what he was trying to do. I don't know what the fuck this asshole was trying to do.
No,
I don't
shit.
see what he's trying to accomplish with this.
And I'd have had more fun if we had a lighthearted segment where the Iron Sheik was trying to swing some clubs and talk some shit.
No, it's so we were off air last week after we did part 1. We had stopped recording it. Harper and I were talking about George Scott from earlier in '89, and then you start thinking about Hurd. And I mean, we're not educating anybody. We know you all know this, but Hurd being the pizza executive, right? So it literally it's so terrible that like the guy got the job because his wife was friends with oh Jesus, I can't even remember who the hell was his wife friends with. But anyway, long story short, he gets the job through a friendship basically. And
for
not
him
only
to
does
be this, for him to be this bad, his wife better be friends with everybody, if you know what I mean.
But the point I was trying to make is he gets the job because of a friendship, but that would be different that if he was actually qualified for the job. He was a Pizza Hut executive. Boogie, nothing about you says computer or technology or that you need to be the head of a wrestling promotion of any sort. You don't need to be running the Mud Show Outlaw Pro Wrestling promotion, much less
I bet
WCW.
His tasted like asshole too.
So like what Harper's saying is George Scott, we've heard the professionals that were a part of WCW at the time talk about how bad he was. But man, they took a bunch of CCs of Deca and injected it into their ass when they decided Jim Hurd needed to be the answer for this.
Well, we're all interested in your rating. What do you got on this, Mike?
I'm with Harper. Like, I'm being nice and I'm going C-. And I'm only going C- because I cannot give it an F just for the simple fact of all of the talent that is here. Like, when you look at this card top to bottom, we talked about the 4 singles guys, the tag teams, Road Warriors, Doom, Steiners, the Samoans. I mean, the Samoans are the only ones who haven't been a champion at this point. Well, that's not true. Doom hasn't either. But my point being, like, you look at those 4 tag teams, and if I told you right now that any 4 of those would have been world champions at this point, you would have been like, there's nothing wrong with that, because the Samoans got screwed. If you ask me, the Samoans in general were never booked good during this time period either. So, like, there's, like, talent everywhere. So you got the 4 really, really good tag teams, some of them great, 4 great singles talents. You shit on Muta in the most unrealistic and ridiculous it is. I mean, look, this is hyperbole when you say it's a crime what they did to Muta. It's not really a crime, but it is a crime in wrestling standards. So, like, I feel like I can't give it anything less than a C- because of what Harper said. There's just too much talent.
Right.
But it is an epic. Like, when you think about this in terms of wrestling history, it is a complete, like, do you know how hard it is to mess up that much talent in one night? And
I would say this is the worst Starrcade, but then I keep thinking like the late 90s.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're not comparing it. Like, when you talk about Starrcade, I'm thinking of just ones that have happened before this. And it's like, when I think of, Doc, when we were in 1985, and we did 85 Starrcade, and we were like kids watching
Bloodmania.
We were like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. And then you look at this and it's like,
what happened?
Okay.
Yeah.
We had Dusty, who we got tired of his booking. And then we have Jim Hurd. Where did we go wrong, everyone? Oh, we got a pizza man running the ship.
Maybe instead of firing Dusty, we should have just let him have a little break and get recharged.
Dude, that's exactly what should have happened. We were tired. Look, let's be fair. We were all kind of tired of Dusty at that point.
Be careful what you wish for.
That's the thing. You got to be careful what you ask for, because you can.
Let me tell you something. If you're gainfully employed and you hate your job, be careful. It could be worse. If you're like, we should draft so-and-so in the draft to be our new quarterback, be careful. It could get worse.
For real. And this is a testament to that.
Objectively look at how good they really have it.
No, because you always think the grass is always greener on the other side.
That's right.
But then you watch this.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing.
Right. Here's the deal. I'm going to go put my children to bed because I'm father of the year over here. I got just enough beer in me that I'm ready to deal with them. Oh, hold on. Me too.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell, Harper? I mean, come on, man. Talk about Bruno, man. I mean, Jesus. I'm going to start crying over here. Off,
but you guys bring us home, and there you go.
All right. Hasta luego, pendejo.
Come on, bro.
Es no es la verdad, ese.
Nah.
Okay.
Vete pa carajo. Okay. Harper, they just destroyed this royally. But anyway, any other closing thoughts?
It hasn't even begun yet.
Oh, you mean you don't like the picture of Norman and Captain Mike that I sent you?
I mean, just wait. You got PM News showing up. The guy dressed like a fireman and a soldier. I forgot what the fuck they were called.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh,
you got Van Hammer's going to show up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's going to get fucking great.
The thing about it is, there's going to be some really good stuff sprinkled in with it. That's where it's really weird.
But the problem is that it just takes one turd to ruin a bowl of gumbo, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it takes one infested squirrel meat.
Yeah.
On the gumbo. I'm with you. But it is what it is, and here we are in remarkable fashion. We totally destroyed Starrcade 1989. Boy, we've come a long way since 85, haven't we?
Isn't it crazy how quick it just dropped?
I say it all the time. We look at these years when we were kids, and it felt like forever that it was great. And then when you're older and time moves a lot quicker, it seems, you look back and you go,
watching this at this time. I was still, yeah, get them.
Oh, yeah. But 85, I mean, look, 85 to 89 is only 4 years time. But it feels like 20 in terms of wrestling.
Oh, God, it does, huh?
It's so much has changed. And just that short amount of time. Well, yeah, I mean, Magnum, rock and roll's not even here anymore, although they'll be back.
Tully
Tully. I mean, we're getting the Four Horsemen back together, but it's not the same.
No.
And then you just got crap in there with the Norman stuff, and
yeah.
What are you gonna do though, right? I mean, it's just kind of one of those things, bro. I mean, what can we do? It is what it is. But hey, I tell you what you can do, and that is, we didn't mention it last week, but before we go off air this week, I want to mention it. As you all know, Hardbody Harper is doing his own video shout-out service, life and relationship advice, or shout-outs to friends of yours. So you too can get your own video shout-out. We've done a bunch of them already. Some of them are on YouTube. Some of the better ones, I'll say, are on YouTube. So if you'd like a video shout-out from Hardbody Harper, don't forget, you can simply email Harper, Chris Harper 16 Wildcat with a K at gmail.com, and then PayPal him at cc30388cc at yahoo.com. And you can get your own Hardbody Harper video shout out right there. If you missed it, don't worry. I've got the email address and the PayPal address in the show description. You can find it there, or you can hit rewind. But make sure you email Harper and PayPal him if you'd like your very own video shout out. They're flying off the shelves, kids, so please check them out and get your own video shout out from Hardbody Harper. I'm trying to think, Harper. You got anything else before we get out of here?
No.
All right, let me take care of some quick business. Shout out to Our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast with Joe Murata and Michael Quinn, the northern version of BTT, slightly classier, a little bit more professional, but still fun nonetheless. They support us, so please support them. Good guys, covering the WWF side of things, mainly on their show. And then shout out to Mike Prue and JV, who take care of our ECW show on our Patreon feed, and also host a free show on their feed called The Bottom Line Cast. Check out The Bottom Line Cast wherever you get your podcast from. On that note, I think I'm going to ask Harper, you got anything? And if you don't, you can just hit that tagline and get us out of here.
Fuck it.